Hello everybody, this is Jasmina, and in this video I am going to talk about a little bit about how the BaZi and the Ziwei Doshu use symbolic stars. Now they both do use them, and I think every single BaZi star that I've talked about, the symbolic stars, they are also used in Ziwei Doshu. I could be wrong because I know very little about Ziwei Doshu. But it is possible that Ziwei Doshu has additional stars. Now, both Ziwei Doshu and BaZi basically do the same thing. They tell you about yourself. They have different formats, but I think that Ziwei Doshu is a little bit easier to perhaps not understand, but to interpret once you have the chart. And I do think it is because all of the stars are listed, and there are 12 boxes, sectors, whatever you want to call them, in a Ziwei Doshu chart. So that's a lot more information than you get in the 4 pillars of the BaZi. And each one of those boxes are listed with an aspect of your life, and of everybody's life, that is. And also there are some ages associated with this. So it is, and there'll be a lot of symbolic stars filling up that chart. And this will help you understand yourself from a different point of view. Tells you about your skills, just like BaZi does, but it's a bit more straightforward. However, there are some differences in the way they interpret it kind of on a regular basis. And the Ziwei Doshu is quite complicated. I mean, there's a lot going on, and the books out there aren't very useful because they were made for a time when you could not get a free Ziwei Doshu chart online like you can now. So they're like telling you how to create one of these charts and fill it out. You don't need that anymore. They, the reason why I took a BaZi class is because the BaZi books are a lot like the Ziwei Doshu books. They give you a lot of details of all this stuff, but they don't really tell you how to look at a BaZi chart and start to analyze it. And that's what I need with Ziwei Doshu. I just, it's basically overwhelming when you look at all the information and you don't really know how to start. And in Ziwei Doshu, compared to BaZi, it does appear there's more emphasis on which stars are interacting within a single sector or box, or whatever you want to call it, in the Ziwei Doshu chart. And of course, that corresponds to a certain aspect of your life. So it's complicated in that respect, but I think it gives a better picture overall than BaZi analysis does, because there it just there's so much you have to look at in the BaZi and interpret it, where most of that work is done in the Ziwei Doshu chart. That's the thing I get when I look at the two. But still, Ziwei Doshu is a little bit more concerned about what, not just one star, but how all the stars in one of those boxes interact with each other. And that is also something that isn't terribly well discussed in the books. And some books don't even discuss it at all. Now, interestingly, the Ziwei Doshu, this system is based on the lunar calendar, whereas BaZi uses a solar calendar. What this means is that people born between the solar and the lunar new years of any given year, and it's only a maximum of about 14 days any given year, so there aren't too many people out there. They actually have different animal signs within the two systems. I actually happen to be one of these people. In the BaZi system, I'm a pig. In the Ziwei Doshu system, I'm a rat. And and this and I want to actually learn about this. how you interpret when you have two different ones so that everybody out there who may fall into the same category, and weirdly enough, there's a lot of people in my family who do, uh, uh, and I wanted to, try to understand what are the differences and how big of a difference does it make. Now in BaZi, it's really, really important what year you were born. It doesn't seem to be, well, I can't say that. I have no idea how important it is in Ziwei Doshu. Does that mean I have double the class years? I don't know. But this is something that is what I want to learn about Ziwei Doshu. Now, there are masters out there, and I think Douglas Chan is one of them, um, but I'm not sure. But they're at least that master and probably a few more. They actually use both systems, BaZi and Ziwei Doshu, together to interpret a person's skills and talents and tell them, how to smooth their path in life. And they claim it is more accurate than using only one system. And I can believe that because you're looking at it from different aspects. And so I do like that idea. Now, I will never do it for anybody other than myself and maybe my husband. But, I, I don't anticipate doing this for my business. It's too much work. Now, the two systems are supposed to give you a better picture than one alone, and I want to teach you the Ziwei Doshu system just as I've been teaching you the BaZi. And I'm hoping I can inspire somebody out there to actually start their own business, and do this for a living, um, you know, at least a partial living as a side gig at least. Now, right now, the profit from my business is quite low. It's okay because I am old enough that I don't have to work. The first year I had a tiny profit. The second year I had a tiny loss. This year it looks like I'll have a tiny profit. But it would take me over a decade at this current rate for me to have enough money to take a good quality Ziwei Doshu class. And this is why I have been asking for donations, because I am your conduit to teach you this. I am not ever going to do this myself, as a business, that is. I'm past retirement age. I don't need my business to make money. I just need it not to lose money because I don't have a lot of extra money to spare. So I limit myself to make sure that my business doesn't lose money. That is my real goal. And I don't ever anticipate making much money, but that's, like I said, I'm old enough to retire. I don't really need this business. I don't have enough interest in BaZi or Ziwei Doshu to do this in my business. I think that I don't have a good feel for this. And I really think it's because my Chiman guardian spirit is the snake. The snake has to do with the environment, which is why I have a feel for feng shui. And I mean, I've lived in many different places. I've gotten too many places that were in the good direction for me, that were good houses for me without knowing anything about feng shui, not to have some sort of feel. I don't have this feeling with BaZi or Ziwei. Well, I don't really know Ziwei Doshu, but I don't have this feeling for this. I think if somebody were to have the sixth harmony as their guardian spirit, maybe even the nine heaven, they probably have a better feeling for BaZi or Ziwei Doshu than they would for feng shui, because because they're naturally focused on this kind of thing. They're good with interactions with people, whereas I'm with my snake are better with interactions with the environment. And I've had people ask me to do their BaZi chart, and I've turned down every single one of them. I do not feel confident enough, and I don't feel like I really can do this. And that's why I say, sorry, I don't do it. And those of you out there some of you out there are listening, and you will know that that is true. So again, I want to learn Z-Way Doshu for you guys, not for me. So that's it. I'd like to thank you for watching. And again, this is the QR code for the to donate if you want to donate, or you can just type this in to the search bar and you can get there. And I will try to put this in the thing below. I always forget, but let's hope I can remember this time. Thanks again.